What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm looking at the headlines a moment ago, and all of a sudden I see something that says Jake Paul and Mike Tyson sued for scripted boxing match. And of course, my first thought was, holy shit, for real? So I click on the video, I start to watch it. It was 12 minutes of back, basically saying how could have been, look like it was, but there's absolutely no evidence that was presented within the video whatsoever that there was actually a script. Apparently, some sort of supposed script was put out on X within the last couple of days, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, how do we know that this so-called script was not written after the fact, and then somebody just put that out just for the hell of it, just to try to make those two look bad? I mean, it was all just very shady. But once I got to looking into it, I read an article. This is a sports attorney. His name is Dan Lust, and he was actually talking about how this could potentially be grounds for suing, but not really for the reason you think. Not so much that it was scripted, but let me just read you this article, and I would like you to make your own decision about whether this is grounds for suing. Too, that Netflix is being sued, right? So we know that to be a fact, but the reason that Netflix is being sued is for a completely different reason. Netflix is being sued because 108 million people attempted to watch the streaming platform at one time, and it essentially just broke Netflix. Okay? The title of this article is Jake Paul Could Be Sued Over Mike Tyson Fight. And I say could be because I don't do clickbait on here, guys. The video that I clicked on a couple of minutes ago, absolutely 1000% clickbait. The title literally said Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are being sued for a scripted fight. I'm going to read to you an article that proves that they actually could be getting sued. Okay? The Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight promised to be an incredible battle. What we got instead was a possibly rigged match where the only winner was one of the damn ring girls. One sports attorney believes there are grounds for a potential lawsuit here. This lawsuit would be made on the grounds that what was advertised as a real fight played out to be more like an exhibition fight. This defining difference could allow the fight to be sued. Dan Lust, sports attorney at Morit Hock and Hamroff, told the New York Post that it wouldn't shock him one bit to see a lawsuit filed on the fight. The crux of the issue with this fight, Lust says, is that the fight was advertised as a legit and sanctioned fight and as an official heavyweight fight. Due to the serious nature of this fight, many bet on it, where they may not have otherwise. The Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight was the most bet on fight in combat sports history. That is insane. We don't know exactly how much was bet, but we know it was a staggering amount, according to BET-MGM. As so much money was gambled on a real fight, the fact that many indicators point to it not being carried out like one spells danger to Jake Paul. Lust also says that this falls on Paul's head, as he was both the fighter and the promoter, as both parties wouldn't get paid unless the fight happened. It seemed that the fight was a quick cash grab for the pair of them. Jake Paul pulling punches could get him sued. Lust has many informed comments on why the fight could get sued. One major sticking point, however, comes from Jake Paul's own mouth. And we talked about this the other day. Jake Paul absolutely admitted in this post-fight press conference that he did at times hold back, kind of take a couple of steps back. He saw that Mike Tyson was tiring. He saw that he was a little bit wobbled. They could potentially sue because he was pulling punches. This turns out to be not clickbait. It's not clickbait. Shut your dirty mouth. You hear what the attorney said. If this was an exhibition fight, then sure, this makes sense. But it was a sanctioned official fight. Should Paul have had the opportunity to knock out Tyson, he should have taken it. Additionally, Luss pointed out that Tyson looked to be far removed from the fighter that he was in his training videos. Should Mike Tyson have been able to give more? He should have. All things considered, the fight seems ripe for a lawsuit as it simply wasn't what it was advertised to be. So they could be getting sued. Um, if this was in fact scripted, or if this was in fact a situation where Jake Paul was purposely holding back, or Mike Tyson was purposely holding back, sue their asses, man. This whole thing with Jake Paul, I've always been supportive of it because I see that he's working hard. I see that he's training. You know, my frame of thinking is, who cares if he was a YouTuber, and he wants to box now? Good for him. He's doing the work. He has professional trainers. And, so he's cherry picking a little bit, fighting retired UFC fighters that he can probably dominate in the ring. I don't have a problem with that, but it's now gotten to a point where this is obviously just a cash grab. There was obviously never any intention on the part of Jake Paul or Mike Tyson to knock the other out, but yet in the lead up to this fight, that's all we heard. You'll find out Friday night. I'm going to take your head off. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to walk right through you. You're getting KO'd in the first round. Blah, 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 blah. This and that in the third. Mike Tyson slapped him at the final face off. I mean, we've been hoodwinked. They did a complete WWE meltdown on all of us. Okay? Anyway, what do you guys think? You think this is grounds for being sued? I think absolutely. This is, in fact, him pulling punches, Mike Tyson pulling punches, and this was just a cash grab for them. You got to stop this shit, man. You got to stop this. I mean, people bet on this fight. People bet their hard earned money on this fight. Not looking good for Jake Paul. So, anyway, I'm going to bounce. Subscribe to the channel if you would like the video and comment down below. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.